Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this exciting session of application to admissions and visas to Germany. I'm your host, Sumit. We'll be taking you through to the next 90 minutes of power-packed information, which probably you all are looking for. And that's why you have decided to join me on this Saturday morning and get all your queries and doubts answered in this session. You want to go live in a couple of minutes, just a pre-session. We'll wait for 3 more minutes and then we go directly into our session, which we have planned. Let me quickly put my screen for you. Just a minute, I think there is an issue with me sharing the screen. Just give me a second. Minute, guys. Okay, work. Here it is. Perfect. Guys, just give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen and can hear me loud and clear. Just put your thumbs up in the chat box. Or just type yes or Y, anything. Okay, cool. That means I'm available and could be heard and seen loud and clear. Perfect.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me f***ed up. Let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently, thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. I know there's no turning back.
guys, and then you would be able to do this. Just give me a minute. I think there has been something which I need to take care of. Just a minute. Yes, Mumbai, Vadodara. Okay, but just give me a second. Give me a second. Guys, now check if you can post messages. Bit of technical morning, I guess. Just take my apologies for this today. Can you check now if you can, if the chat has been enabled and you can type? Just try doing this, please. I did got a message again. It's not working. Just give me a second again. Got a message that it's working. Can you check, guys, again? Can you try posting your city's name in the chat box? There's an unnecessary delay. Okay, now okay. Works. Finally, thank God. Works. Okay, good. I was asking you guys from which city you have joined. I got some answers: Chennai, Pune, Delhi, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Kolkata. Super. East, west, north, south, Haryana. Excellent. Thank you. I hope no more technical issues. Now we can go directly into the session. Keep posting your questions in the Q&A section, and me and my team will continuously answer it during the session, or I'll have you at the end of the session answer all your questions. Okay. I believe everybody who has joined here is looking to go for studies in Germany. Just type yes if that's the answer and if my assessment is right, because this session is specifically for Germany, but I still wanted to check if all of you who are here this morning are only interested for studies in Germany. Just put in Y, just put in yes to get me a proper grip of the understanding of the audience which is present today. Okay. I guess everybody is in here for Germany, and Germany is so famous these days. It was famous 15 years back when I was there. So super. Thank you. And I can also believe that most of you are here to understand deeper the application and the visa process, or maybe anything which you would like to understand with respect to, your process for German education. So I am taking this as granted, and my audience is only here for German education, and I'm going to take this up in the next slide. So a bit of on myself, and probably for people who have attended my previous session knows that my name is Sumit Rai, and I'm the founder director at EUGateway, and I will be host for this session today. And fortunately or non-fortunately, I don't have any guest to take you through to the next set of things which we usually do in our sessions. So I think it's me and my team who is hosting you today for this interesting session on visas and applications in Germany. Okay, one thing which I want to put up front, what is the takeaway from this webinar is the following 4 key points. You would understand what is the winning profile. When I say winning profile, I literally mean the winning profile of how to get an admission letter from TU9 universities in Germany. Also, what would be the winning profile for you if you are looking to apply to non-TU9 universities? Of course, there are many public universities which are non-TU, which are not a part of TU9. So how your profile should look like to get an admission to those universities? What does it take to get an admit to MBA programs in Germany? What kind of profile you're looking, or universities is looking, public and private, to get an admit into public university, to get an admit for an MBA programs in Germany? And what kind of profile you would have if you want to apply to private universities in Germany? So all this will be covered in this session, and you will go with all this knowledge at the end of this webinar. What are the important factors to keep in mind while you make an application to German universities? So generally people say everything is written on the website, I will just proceed ahead, apply, and that's done. No, there are some key elements. There are some key factors which you need to keep in mind while you make an application. And those are the hidden topics which I will cover with you in today's session. How to arrange for your finances. This is also widely covered. How to arrange for your block account. What are the ways to open your block account, and how smoother or difficult this process is, it will be covered. And lastly, the visa process and the timeline. So what kind of visa documentation required? How should you time your visa application? What is the current situation with the visa in Germany? A lot of things going around, and I will touch all those topics, so that once this webinar is over, these are the most important takeaways for you from this session. So make sure you stay till the very end to understand all these important topics, because ladies and gentlemen, I bring this for you. I bring all this information for you free of cost. You take this with you, you understand, and then you decide your next step. This is what I aim to do with you today, and that's what I've been doing it for the last almost 15 years. Okay. So a bit on the notes before we start. Have your pen and paper ready. Write it down wherever you think it's important information. Keep yourself on mute, respectful, and engage. The more you engage in the session, the more learning for you and for your audience will be today. Okay, some bonuses which I will give to you at the end of this session. The one who stays till the very end is a 15-minute exclusive one-to-one call with me directly if you stay till the very end. And this will be a free one-to-one call where you can ask me anything, get clarity on anything and everything which you are looking forward to. And it's going to be exclusive one-to-one call and a free guide on university due diligence. What does university due diligence generally means? How do you select the right university? What are the ways, what are the important topics which you need to keep in mind while you are selecting your university? This is known as university due diligence. And this is the guide which I will present to you at the end of this session. Though for those who all stays, this will be presented as a bonus for you for attending this Saturday morning. Okay, a bit on Are We Connected? I don't know if you all are following us on Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, WhatsApp. If not, I will just ask Prashant to put our handles in the chat box. And for you to follow us across these channels. Join also Instagram, or you can follow us on Instagram. You can join our exclusive Facebook group, where we continue to share a lot more information about various opportunities, not only in studies, but also for scholarships. Telegram, a daily update, and WhatsApp as well. So Prashant, kindly put the links for our social media handles in the chat, and I will just wait for a couple of minutes for the people to follow us on this, and then once they are done following, they can just type D5 or D6 in the chat box so that we know that we are good to progress ahead. This is just a small token which we always request to our attendees as a return for all the information which we are going to share this morning with all of you. Purva, no, this is not only for MBA courses. This is across. What we are going to share is across the subjects, across the categories. This is generalized information, but it would be applicable to most of the courses and the programs which you would look forward to apply in the coming intakes in Germany. Let's see who is going to give me the first prompt that they have followed us across these channels. My team is also tracking you live. This is also a part of the bonus activity, and maybe there would be something more which I can present to you at the end of the session. I have quite a much on Germany to talk about and to give away, and I'm sure this would be very, very helpful, because after this slide, what I'm going to share you will make you understand that what I say is why I say this. It's basically the experience which I want to share with you guys. Okay. Thank you, Veena. Thank you, Dhananjay. Couple of more minutes, guys. Come on, I'm waiting for your D5 or D4. Let's have it. Come on, guys. Last minute, and I'm progressing ahead. I want to hold on to you just for this exercise. Let me just see if you can type in. Okay. Do I have a permission to move forward? All right, thank you. And for those who have already followed us across, or the one who are still doing it, thank you so much, and let's move forward. Okay. So the idea is to spend the next 90 minutes with me. Do I have your permission to talk 5 minutes about myself? So I think this is important for you to know who is it who is presenting the session today with you guys. So what is my background? How do I come to this level? And what do you, why do you possibly listen to me and understand what I'm planning to present today? Very recently, I have an international certification from University of California in Certified Career Coach. I have a 15 years of work experience in international student recruitment and marketing. I did my MBA from Germany, class of 2006. So I went to Germany in precisely 2004 to a public university to do my MBA in international business consulting. That's what I'm going to share a bit on my story with you guys today to understand that why it makes sense, maybe what you are listening to me and why you are present today, and how you can correlate this. And yeah, I'm the founder of EUGateway, started in late 2016. Prior to that, I was representing one of the famous university from Germany, which is Frankfurt School of Finance and Management. I was with them for almost 10 years, and I was handling the entire South Asian market for international recruitment and marketing. So you can correlate from my experience that I have worked for a private setup for almost 10 years, and then I founded EUGateway in 2016, where now I talk quite a lot about getting a right candidate to public universities, matching their profile and their interest. So yes, a bit on my story. Started in 2000. So, I'm a graduate from DAV College Indore, class of 2000, 2002, 3 in computer application. And then I went to Germany in 2004 to do my MBA. And at that time, there weren't much information available on German education. And there weren't many people there in India who would guide you through to the process and the applications for German education. And also, at that time, I clearly remember the applications were all done manually. So there was no online application which was done earlier. Everything has to be made as a set of documents and then has to be couriered. So I got support from one of the gentlemen in Pune way back in 2003-4, who guided me through to the process of starting a German language and then moving to Germany for the MBA program. My sole intention to come to Germany was the education was free in Germany even in that time, and that was a prompt for me too to come to Germany to do my higher studies. Although the idea behind was to only go for free public universities, but then I could not make it to the free public university for an MBA program because either my profile was weak or I had a bad GMAT, which I don't want to reveal today. Maybe you will get scared if I reveal that GMAT. But then there was one university, which is Hochschule Offenburg, which is a public university in the southwest of Germany, neighboring France, which gave me a conditional admit basis submitting my GMAT score. That was not a free university. So MBA, even at that time, was chargeable. So I paid, I think, close to 6,000 euros to complete my MBA program at that time, where the rupee to an euro was, I think, 50. You pay 50 rupees to an euro at that time in 2004-5, and yeah. So I had to pay a fees to start my studies, which is an MBA in Germany in 2004 and 5. And then, there was a lot of experience. So I made my effort, went to Germany, did my MBA from Hochschule Offenburg. It was an 18 months MBA, 1 year classroom, 6 months of internships. And I know how I started my journey. Got at least 50 rejections for my internship before I finally landed 2. And I have to compete, actually 3. I had 3 offers after getting 50 rejections. Now, why I was getting this 50 rejection, 2004-5, I was clueless. I was just randomly applying to any and every possibility of internship which I could get a hold on to. And this is what I try to now teach my students when I interact with them. Please have your goals. Please have your ideas very clear why you want to come to Germany. I went to Germany with an idea to do an MBA and then to get a job. But I had no clue what job, what profile, what are my skills, what is my goal, what am I trying to achieve by doing an MBA from Germany. I had no answers even at that time. And I seek a support from one of my professors who used to like Indians, and I was kind of very active in the classroom. So I interacted with him and he said, so the first question he asked me, okay, what do you want to do? What do you want to do in life? So what do you want to do in life was his, I clearly remember. The professor name was Vincent Simmons. He was a fantastic guy, and I think he lives in Singapore now. So this was his first question. What do you want to do in life? And I was clueless. I was zapped. I kept looking at his eyes for probably a couple of minutes, and then he looked at me. You had no clue. How could I help you? You have no idea which direction you want to go? How could I help you? And then the back journey started. He gave me certain questionnaires to get those queries of my life, of my goals, of my values answered, and then to see him after a week. Yeah. So he gave me this questionnaire. I filled it in, and then I went ahead. I saw him, and then he helped me streamline my thoughts about which industry, which sector I wanted to go into. And I told him, and I give you this why, because this is very close to me. I gave him the thought that I want to start my own beer manufacturing company. And he looked at me even with the bigger eyes and started to smile. And he asked me, why you want to, go into a beer manufacturing? I told him again that, okay, because my roots, my background is into this trade from my father's and forefathers' time. And I've seen this trade very clearly, very closely. So I want to grow in this direction and maybe start my own manufacturing of beer in India. With this thought, I started my journey. With this thought, with this clarity, with this direction, I started my journey in Germany. Yeah, and then the thought process of helping me to figure this out, how I can start my beer manufacturing in India started. So he streamlined my thoughts. I answered all his questions. He streamlined my thoughts, and then eventually he helped me to get at two internships in a beer manufacturing company in Germany. And that's where the further journey of my getting associated with my earlier career with the beer companies, Paulaner, Fürstenberg, and others started. I did my internship, I did my master thesis in a beer company in Germany, and then when I moved back to India, I was in charge of this beer company for importing their beers, so importing German beers to Indian markets. At that time, there was no German beers, and that was a clear opportunity for a lot of beer companies to start their journey in India. And I started with Paulaner Brewery. So probably if you have known Oktoberfest, if you have seen, if you understood a little more on Germany, then Paulaner is the most famous international export beer from Germany. And that's where I started my career. And then, as I say, it's all say. So what I'm trying to tell you about my story, why I'm trying to tell you about this story, that how it all got started with the thought process. I was clueless, but I found a kind of a mentor in Vincent Simmons, who guided me with my thought process, with my clarity, what I should be doing or how I should be doing. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to understand in this session. What I'm trying to do is to help you bring that clarity, why you want to come to Germany in the first place. If study is the idea, great. What are you going to do after studies? What is the industry and the company you're trying to target? What are your own individual skill sets, basis which you are going to land yourself a job? I clubbed my story with import and export nature, that I am from India, I understand the Indian market, I am in Germany, now I learn German, I learn the German system, value and culture, and now I bring a German beer to Indian market. So the thought which got out was manager, import, export, or possibly sales. That was the key skill which got out of me after doing this entire exercise with the professor, that I am a sales guy. I belong to sales, and that's what I should be doing. And that's what I've been doing since the last 16 years. I'm a sales guy. So he helped me identify my core skill. This is what I could do. I could be a good manager. I could be a good sales manager. And that's what I want you to have from this session today. Your key takeaway is to identify your key skills, what you are good at, and then build on that skill, multiply on that skill, and then move forward. If Germany is your target, and that's what you are eventually coming for to. Okay, thank you. And let me move to the next slide. Yes, I'm on a mission to counsel the next 1,000 students to find their right program and careers abroad. And this is what I mean. And the right program, where you rightly fit, public or private, depending on your eligibility, totally. And then also connecting your studies to your careers. So what career you are going to ultimately get or achieve after you complete this particular program is what my mission is, and that's what I always do in my sessions to all my students. Okay, very simple. I help students to get into admissions to top universities in Europe, Canada, US with the help of my program. And this is something which I've created very recently. It's a light program, and this is what I'm going to talk during the end of this session. And maybe you can also benefit if you subscribe to this light program, which has been created entirely with my team, with the support of my team. And I think it's very interesting for all those who are looking to have some support, because I'm sure all of you who are present here are smart people, are good people, understand probably 60-70% of the process, but it's that 20-30% for which you are with me today. And this light program is something which is that 20-30%, which will help you to figure out those entire 100% process of your possibilities to come to Germany. Okay, now deep diving to the real topics. Number one, the winning profile. I talked about this, that this is what you're going to learn once at the end of, so once this session ends. So basically, what does winning profile mean? Please understand two things. Now, this winning profile is basically for getting an admit into TU9 universities. I'm sure you all must be aware of TU9 universities. So what is this winning profile? Now, making an application is first part, and getting an admit is the second part. With 2.5 on German grading scale, which is equivalent to 70%, most of you are eligible. Most of you are eligible to apply even at TU9 universities. But what are the topics which will make your application stand apart and get an admit? So that's where we start. Academic GPA of 2.2 on German grading scale, which is anything above 75% if you compare to Indian degrees. Yeah, this is the first point which you should keep in mind. 2.2 will have a maximum guarantee for you to get an admit to a good public universities and even at TU9. An IELTS score of 6.5 or a TOEFL of 90. A lot of you say, okay, I'm looking for a waiver, I can get an MOI. The university does not ask, they are okay recognizing. My strong opinion for all those fellows, if you have a time and if you have a chance, please complete your IELTS or TOEFL exam. It's very important. It supports your application. It makes you stand apart to the bunch of applications that the university receive. It really helps you in getting smoothly through your visa process too. Please understand, please do not, if you are good at English and you are aiming a public university to study for free, these are some of the initial things which you should not scared of. You should definitely go forward. GRE 315 and above, I probably would say even 320. If you want to get maybe TU Munich, TU Berlin, I'm only talking right now here to regarding a free public universities. So public universities these days have started to charge tuition fees, and you probably would all be aware, including WTH Aachen, TU Berlin, TU Kaiserslautern, and so not Karlsruhe, and even others. They have created separate sections, separate department to charge tuition fees to non-EU students for their English taught programs. So what I'm talking with this winning profile is public universities, including these TU9s, where there is no tuition fees, zero tuition fees. And that's where you need this profile. GRE 315, I would say 320 and above would be perfect. If it's a management program, GMAT of 650 plus is what you should be eyeing at. Minimum 1 or 2 internships in your graduation is really, really helpful. If you have no internships, it might play against your profile. So please make sure if you're in final year, if you're third year of your graduation, then you have at least 2 internships. That is really, really helpful. It supports your application quite a lot. Project work. And in project work, research paper publication, again, adding to your profile if you are especially engineering student, Then if you can publish some research paper, if you do, if you have a great, I think everybody has a project work in the final year, you being an engineer. But if you can publish a research paper based on certain topics, certain research, your application really stands apart from the bunch of applications which universities receive. So that is something which you should keep in mind. Research paper, important. Even for students who have 3 years of graduation in India, if you can still do some research work, research paper, that is also really, really helpful. Academic consistency. What does this mean? What you have done in your bachelor's, you want to follow it through with your master's studies. This is what actually means by academic consistency. Please do not, so this is my personal opinion, and this has played out really well in terms of a lot of students making their applications to different programs. So possibly you have something, you have studied something else in your bachelor's, and then you move ahead and do something else in master's. That those applications are not treated well by German universities, especially when you are eyeing public universities, and on top of it, if it's a restricted program, NC and non-NC, probably you would know the difference. So you have to maintain an academic consistency. So for example, if you are a mechanical engineer, then you should follow it up with a degree in master's which is related to mechanical engineering. It could be automobile engineering, it could even be mechatronics, it could be again in mechanical engineering masters, all related to your previous studies. This is what I want to say. So a mechanical engineer want to study a data science. Well, there would be some problem in assessing your application and maybe getting an admit at this public university. Because a mechanical engineer probably would not have subjects like mathematics, statistics. So I think mathematics, yes, but statistics, data science, computer science, and related, which are core topics for you to study data science masters. So that's kind of a mismatch. So that's what I want to put you across. Make sure you maintain the academic consistency. Private university sees it differently. They might offer you a pre-semester to do it, but most top-notch public universities in Germany would ask you to maintain this academic consistency. Lastly, minimum A2 level of German language proficiency. Again, universities, top public universities, some of them might ask A1. That's it. But if you apply, if you have time, you apply with A2 with a certificate to these public universities, you win the profile, you get an admit. And that's what I'm talking here when I say winning profile. I'm not talking here with the minimum requirements you must have. I'm talking here the maximum which you could do in order to get an admit to these public universities, to the top-notch TU9 or related public universities in Germany. Please take a screenshot of this slide. Please copy it. What I have said really makes sense because this is what is required, what is needed. Please also understand one more point, which I want all of you to look at very clearly. Make sure when you apply to public universities in Germany, they are restriction free. So there should not be local restrictions which are applied. What does it mean by local restriction? When you have made an application or you have scrolled down, you would have seen NC and NC frei, which basically means in Germany numerous clause, which means local restriction applies. What does this local restriction apply means? That this particular program has only 25 or 30 seats, which they can have, which are available for students. Now, out of this 25 or 30 seats, let's take an example of 30 seats which are available. Only 30% would be available for international students. This is a clear-cut scenario. This is a clear ratio which is available. 30%, only 30% is available for international students, which means 9 seats. Now, 9 seats are available for international students, not only for Indians. So, how much seat would Indians would get out of this 9 seats? possibly 3, 2 or 3, maybe 4 max, but that's the maximum, because the international diversity also needs to be maintained. So when you see the availability of seat for you as an Indian for this particular program, which is where local restrictions apply, you would be lucky enough to get picked from the bunch of 50 applications from India. For these 2 or 3 seats, the universities would give around 10 to 12 offers to Indian students, to selected Indian students. Because out of 10 to 12, probably they will get their 2 or 3 students which they are looking for. And this is applicable for all the programs which are NC. So please keep this thought in mind, that not everybody is going to make it to public universities in Germany. If you go into the non-NC program, the NC Frei, there are separate category where local restrictions does not apply, and they have created these programs for one and all, big classroom, big setup, maybe 100 students could be admitted, 150 students could be admitted. Those are the programs which you should possibly be looking for. But they are not many. Some TU9s have it, some public universities has it, but not everybody has NC Frei programs, or maybe the program where your profile fits into, or the program where your interest is in. So this is very important for you when you do the university due diligence, that is this program is NC or NC Frei. If it's NC Frei, fantastic, go for it, because you have a maximum chance to get into the program with possibly this kind of profile. And if it's NC, then definitely this kind of a profile, because otherwise it's difficult. Okay, I take a pause. Just type in the chat box if so far what I have shared with you on the winning profile is interesting. Just say yes or no, whatever you feel like. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. This gives me more energy to continue. All right, next value proposition. University application. What are you looking forward when you go for university applications? So I think the important aspect is how to choose a university, right? That's where this university due diligence guide, which I will share at the end of the session, would be very helpful for you. How do you select your university? Maybe 1 or 2 key factors of how you can select your university is the orientation with which you are moving forward to a program in Germany. Now, what does it mean? Okay. What kind of program I want to do? Does this particular program has a lot of possibilities in and around the surroundings where I have to spend my 1 or 2 years of my studies? What are the part-time opportunities which would be available for me if I do this program from this particular university, which is located somewhere in southeast of or southwest of France or Germany, in a small town? What are those opportunities which are coming? Then you put in your factors. Okay, if I live in a small town where this university is located, I would not have much opportunity for internship or part-time job because it's a small town. Yeah, not many opportunities. But at the same time, it will also help you save a lot of cost. You see, so these thoughts are interrelated while you select a university. So if you want to work part-time, do an internship from day one, when your residence permit is clear, then you are thinking about cities like Berlin, Munich, Düsseldorf, Stuttgart, Frankfurt, yeah, Hamburg, big cities, lot of part-time opportunities, but at the same time, you need to average out your costs, which means with these times, the government has already mandated like 900 euros, 900 plus euros for your living expenses. So these cities, these big cities will definitely have this kind of a cost. Now, another thought, that you don't stay in the city, but you stay somewhere 30, 40, 50 kilometers around the city, where your living costs would come down a little. Your transportation time increases, okay, good transport available, but then you still need to spend like an hour both ways, coming to your university or coming to the city and going back. So are you ready for this? So these are the factors which you need to calculate while you finalize your university. So the living costs in the city, the part-time opportunities in the city, the industries in the city, are there industries relevant to my program which I am pursuing from this university? Because in the end, or ultimately, that's the idea, that you want to be in Germany, you want to support yourself by working part-time, you want to get your degree, and then you should have an opportunity to work. Once you get your degree, then you could be mobile across Germany, wherever you can find a job, right? But before that, how do you put this metrics in place is what this guide, which I will share with you, would give you more idea. So that's one part, how you choose your university, right? Of course, the other factors, notwithstanding the other factors too, in terms of your eligibility. Check admissions requirement. What are the eligibility requirements? I think the one in the winning profile, I did share what would it mean for you to apply to these particular university, or what kind of profile you should have. Third most important factor you need to keep in mind, get your finances in order. Of course, finances. If public universities, it's a zero cost. If private universities, yes, you need to arrange for the finances. If none of them are there, then even you need to arrange your block account money. So how you can finance your block account money, I will talk around this in the next slides, how to arrange funds for your block account, for your finances. So that is something which you should already figure out, because admission, yes, it's easy to get. Sometimes, yes, you can qualify, but then how do you arrange your finances? That is something which you should have. Minimum, you as an Indian student coming to Germany, in today's term, you should plan at least 10 lakh rupees. 8 lakhs is around, as on date, the cost for 8,80,000 as on date is the cost for your block account, and the remaining is your flight, visa, insurance, some miscellaneous shopping and expenses. So overall, a 10 lakh rupees budget is what you need to keep in mind when you apply to a public university in Germany, where you do not pay tuition fees. Even without the tuition fees, you need to have 10 lakhs budgeted. This is what and all you need. It takes care of your 1 year of living expenses, plus it gives you an entry into Germany, and plus it will prepare you for your second year of living expenses, which I think either if you decide not to work at all, then you need to arrange it. You need to bring it from your home. If you have decided to work part-time, then you can save enough money to support your next year of living expenses. Generally, the second year program in any of these public universities is combined with internship, master thesis, project works, where you have a lot of flexibility to work part-time. Okay, so this is important, which you need to keep in mind. Then, based on the application procedure of the university, because most of the universities follow different application procedures. Some make it via Uni Assist. Some applications are done via Hochschule. Some applications are done directly on the university portal. Some universities ask that you create a set of copies, notarize them, and send it to them via mail, as well as apply them on the university portal. So all those things you need to keep in mind. You should not miss that out, because any document missing, any detail overlooked would simply mean rejection of your application. So keep this in mind. Take out your health insurance, which generally comes these days with while you open a block account. Health insurance also been bundled by these fintech companies like Fintech or Coracle, Expatrio. They give you a block account along with these health insurance. Your visa. So again, the visa, accommodation, enrollment, settle into student life in Germany. These are all step-by-step processes. Yeah. So what we try to do in this sheet is help you understand step 1, step 2, step 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can divide this entire journey of your university application or coming to Germany into these 9 steps. Once you're done with the application, the health insurance and block account is the next step, because that's where you will prepare for your German student visa. And then when you apply for the visa, you need to have in place your accommodation as well. And then once you are there, you enroll and then you start your life in Germany. This is how this university system has been made for you. That's a step 1. Now, factors to consider. I think I talked a bit on this, but then choice, of course, which program you fit in, public or private, what is the budget you're looking to spend, what is the grades you have, what is the career orientation, the goal setting, and the German language significance. In the winning profile, I covered the maximum of the profile which you should have. Here, what you do is you further analyze where you actually fit in. Not everybody fits into public universities. Not everybody would have money for private universities. What is the balance? Where do I find those right university which would perfectly fit into my budget, is public, and it will give me a great career? So all those things you need to keep in mind, and that's where the due diligence guides really play a role. And also some of the counselors and consultants who guide you through this level can also support you with this. Have to have a very clear expectation that with what grade you can make it to public university. If somebody says that I can get you at 60% of public universities, it's a false information. Even at 65, it becomes very tough. Very tough is almost maybe 5% chance if you get lucky. And if you have done something marvelously different apart from your academic grade. But kindly understand, German universities, public universities, pay a lot of attention to the basic requirement for their application. If they said that they want minimum 2.5 on German grading scale in your bachelor, then it has to be 2.5. But you say I had 3 GPA or German grading scale in bachelor's, but I also have a master's where I did even better at 2 on German grading scale. Now, can you consider my master's grade in order to allow me to do another master's in Germany? The answer is no, they would not, because their requirement is that you should meet their basic ask, which is given in bachelor sheet. This is what they want from you, and this is what you should minimum fulfill to get to your master's studies admission. So please have this expectation right. Career orientation, goal setting. This is basically not for the university to consider, but this is for you to consider. When you finish this program, what are you looking forward to achieve? What are you looking forward to gain when you finish this master's? Let's just take a 2-minute quick break. Let's put everybody into the system. Type it in the chat box. What are your goal settings? What are your goals of coming to Germany? So what is your, let's say, what is your goal? It's a small exercise. This will help you also to clear your thoughts. Once you finish your studies in Germany, it could be bachelor's, could be master's, could be MBA, anything. How do you envisage your future career goal? How do you see yourself 5 years down the line after finishing that particular master's or MBA for which you are in this session today. Let's hear it out from you guys. Put it in the chat box. How do you see yourself 5 years down the line after finishing this particular study program from Germany? Let's see how many out of those present today have an answer to this question. Okay, so I'm doing a career in pharmacy regulatory affairs. Okay. Yes, Nirmal earned money with a professional job. What is that professional job? That's the answer I'm looking. Jayesh, research scientist in a pharmacy, R&D. Okay, clear answer. You want to work in a pharmaceutical industry. At least this is already a good start that you know that this is the industry I'm targeting. Cyber security architect, perfect answer. Yes, Purva, very good. Planning to settle down in Europe. Why need to study? Study could be one choice to settle down in Europe. There are many ways. Find yourself a girl and settle down. Big deal. Why would spend a lot of money in doing that? Good clarity is important because we talk about career here. Settling down in Europe need to follow with the career. What is the career plan? Simran, to do a PhD after. Okay. So you want to go into academic side. Okay. Power system engineering. That's the answer. So I want to work in a power system engineering industry and find myself a stable job. Okay. Clear answer? Come on, guys. We have many people here today. How many of you don't even know what are your career goals? Why you want to come to Germany in the first place? Computational toxicologist. Super answer. I had no clue about this, Sanjay. Want to study masters in management sector and work either as a consultant or in brand marketing. Yes. So brand marketing, Sayani. That's the key takeaway. I want to go into marketing, into brand marketing. That's the key. So how you want to achieve that brand marketing, brand marketeer status by doing a management program in marketing focus area and then growing yourself as an expert into this side. That's the answer. Very clear thought. Okay, any more people want to see, or is thinking that, oh my God, I just don't even have a goal. What should I do? I just wanted to be in Germany and that's it. And where is this heck of orientation this time? MBA with only 6 months of experience is not advisable, Nirmal, and you shouldn't be going for that. And in Germany, it's not possible. You need minimum 2 years of work experience. Okay, no Q&A. I just wanted to see your goal settings here. And I see few of you have already a good idea, but few of them are totally clueless that why this question has even popped up. I have no clue why I want to go to Germany. So this is our takeaway for you. Homework. After the session, sit down, write it down with a pen and paper. Send that to me. Let's see how many emails I can receive from you guys. My email ID would be posted in the chat box. You can send your goal setting. Let's see if I can define, or let's see if I can refine your goal setting so that you can achieve the same thing which I have achieved from my professor, Mr. Simmons, 15 years back, when he helped me to refine my goal settings. I'm happy to do this for you guys. I'm happy and willingly, and I will do it free of cost for you if you send me an email with your thoughts of what exactly you wanted to do, but you are clueless how to go about it. I will help you do this. This is my mission. This is my goal. I will help you do that. I will do that free of cost for you. Okay, last point, German language significance, very important. As I said, for the winning profile, German language does play a very important role. You should have it. you should have it, and then it helps you in the application too, and also finding internships and possible job opportunities. Very important. Documents. These are standard documents, which you should be ready for your application purpose. Passport copies, resume, graduation marks, academic achievements, work experience, English, German, GMAT, GRE, letter of recommendation, references. Two things which you should keep in mind, which are important. In most of the cases, uni assist and universities ask. One is your syllabus for your bachelor studies. So you should have either a link where the syllabus is mentioned, or you should have downloaded syllabus of your study program. That's one. Number two, you should also have a grading scale. So at what level you've been graded in your bachelor studies. So entire grading scale certificate. These are the two key documents which you should keep in mind, apart from what all which has been mentioned here. Visa application, I think checking the requirements is the first. So visa checklist, I think it's available on the German embassy website. That's what you should have. Making an appointment. So okay, let's talk about this. Appointment are, so visa appointment this year has been tough. It has been tough since COVID time, since 2020. 2020 there was no visa. 2021 they have opened very selective categories of visa. 2022 they have again opened more categories now. People can apply, but the time. So basically, this year how it worked out. If you are going for a September, October intake, which is this coming fall, people have booked an appointment. They have booked an appointment. So even before they have booked an appointment, they have applied and they have been waitlisted. That whenever the visa appointment slots will be open, you will be notified. So you have waitlisted, and approximately 3 or 4 weeks after you've been waitlisted, you got a notification to book your visa slot. So when you check and you book looking for booking a visa slot, you probably will get 8 weeks ahead, or 9 weeks or 10 weeks ahead of the time slot. So if you have booked it for, let's say if you have waitlisted in March, in April you would get an invitation to book a slot, and you would get a slot in the month of July, August. And when you have the slot of July or August to apply, from there it will take at least 6 to 8 weeks to get a visa approval. So you started in March, and just by end of August or September middle, you will get the visa approval. This much of the time which has been taken this year for visas to Germany. And a lot of students have to request for university extension letter, which you should also do. A lot of students program would already start in hybrid mode before they even reach Germany, because visa slots are again closed and people have been waitlisted, and there is a huge backlog of people applying for the visas. I have in my phone 2 visa groups where people keep on talking in Delhi, in Bangalore, in Kolkata, in Chennai, regarding the situation about the availability of visa slots, visa appointment slots for them. So how do you time this? So basically, once you have finished with your application, once you have finished applying your applications, you can start checking the visa time slots, appointment time slots, and maybe you can already book it. So you start checking, you get yourself waitlisted, then once you get the notification to book the time, then you get 8 weeks ahead when you can actually have the visa slot. So it's already like 3 months, 2 to 3 months before you even get an admit. So people say, I don't even have an admit. Why should I start for the visa, right? Regardless you have an admit or no admit, please book your visa slots. Please book your visa time. It's very clear. VFS website, or it will guide you through to either to German embassy. So again, categories wise, either you go to German consulate or embassies to submit your documents, or you come to VFS office across various centers in India to submit this. But this is what you should do. Please time it accordingly. Very important. All the documents needed. Make sure you have an open flight ticket dummy copy. You also have accommodation confirmation, at least for the initial part of your days, for which whenever your program is starting, for which city you are starting, you should have at least 7 days or 10 days of Airbnb or hotel booking or anything. If you have already have a confirmed accommodation from your landlord, then you should have those rental agreement and deposit amount, deposit, receipt, fees, and any of those such document which confirms that you have an accommodation stay, you have an address to stay in Germany when you fly, because this is an important document which is being questioned and checked by visa authorities before they approve your visa, also by the immigration center. So please have that. And open flight ticket, as I just mentioned, your travel health insurance, and your financial documents. This plays a key role. I think in my next slide, I will be covering this. Yes, these are all the documents here for your visa. Standard one is part of your topic. Two more things: motivation letter. You should have a nicely written motivation letter, which is to be separate than the motivation letter you have submitted to get an admission. This is a separate motivation letter for the visa purpose. This is a separate document written and totally different. And you would also need a cover letter, motivation letter and a cover letter. Again, two different documents to be nicely written differently, very clearly outlining your entire journey of application and admission so far, and why you want to come to Germany, and what are you going to achieve from this degree in Germany, why you can't do this Germany in India, do you have finances, how are you arranging the finances. Everything comes around in these motivation letter, nicely written document, also in the cover letter as well. Important two documents. So I gave you 4 important documents: cover letter, motivation letter, then your what I spoke about, your flight ticket, open flight ticket, and also your accommodation confirmation. Yeah. And then lastly, the means of subsistence. How are you going to support your finances in Germany? If it's a public university, then block account, then block. So before you even go for the visa, the block account confirmation and the deposit in the block account should be there, and you should have a receipt, and that's good enough for you to move ahead with the visa application. If you do not, so block account is a must. Public university, private universities, you need to show this block account, 1 year of expenses, plus you need to cover your entire tuition fees amount, and this entire tuition fees amount need to be shown either as a bank loan, a sponsorship letter from your parents, their documents, their banking, anything which is being kept as a liquid amount needs to be shown. If it's a 2-year program, then 2 years of tuition fees and 1 year of your block account is in total what you need to successfully clear your visa application, apart from the document which I just mentioned. What is the alternate to a block account is a document which we call it Verpflichtung Erklärungsprüfung. So, in simple words, it's a sponsorship letter from somebody who is living and working in Germany and who is your blood relation. So they get this letter from their local municipality. They get this letter that they are able and willing to sponsor you to come to Germany, and they will finance your stay in Germany. but it can only be done by the blood relations. Any uncle, chacha, kaka, outsider will make the case difficult for you to go through the visa. This is an alternate to your block account finance. Other than that, you must have all those finances as I just mentioned. Here you go. Block account, Finanzierungs Nachweis. German government, now it's 11,172 from August, I think. From this year, it gets applicable. So previously 10,332, then it became 10,584, and now it's 11,172. Various ways to do this. I think easiest is Coracle, Finteba, Expatrio. Compare any of these three. I think we have a good support from Coracle. We can help you with that. Finteba as well, Expatrio as well. These are all the three fintech companies which takes only 24 hours to open a block account and another 24 hours to give me a submission. You can submit your money. They will also help you with the health insurance, and some of them also providing some support, some additional support of accommodation, travel, and as well. Apart from that, Deutsche Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, they also support you to open a block account. But I think Coracle, Finteba, Expatrio, they have an app. Within the app, by submitting simple documents, you get a block account open. I remember when I did my block account, I didn't have to do a block account. I'll tell you the story there as well. I have to carry a demand draft of 6,500 euros in my name as a proof that I'm carrying my funding to support my living expenses in Germany. At that time, block account didn't even exist. The idea behind was that person who is carrying this money should ideally utilize this money for their living expenses. But a lot of people, what they used to do, they started to abuse the system. So they got this draft amount, they got the visa approved, they went to Germany, they encashed the money, they encashed the demand draft, and they have sent all the money back to India, and they started working part-time and missing classes and bunking classes and then eventually dropping out. So the idea was people started to abuse the system. So the government said, okay, no more checks and demand drafts. Let's create a system so that the money has been kept. This becomes the basis for everybody, and anybody who comes to Germany has to have this money in the account. And German government does not give you any interest on this block account. Whereas a government like Canada, for their GIC, they give you around 2% interest on the money which you deposit with them. That's also another part of Canadian visa process. But this is what it is. This is what you should keep in mind. Without this, you can't get through your visa. Okay, now what I've told you is in the beginning that why I am here sitting in front of you is with 15 years of experience, helping you through with the fastest and foundational system to build your career. What I am here is to help you to understand all the processes of applications to admissions to visas and how you can be that next person to achieve your success and goal in Germany. And how can you land yourself to these international universities in Germany? A case study, I've been asked to talk about a lot of my previous students who have come from varied background, where we have personally helped them, counseled them, guided them, made their profile appropriate so that they can land themselves into a qualified public or a private universities in Germany. And I think I have a lot of those stories where careers have been made, and people are successfully engaged into their profession or into their life in Germany. And I can speak around over the period of last 15 years, where a lot of my students are now successfully settled, guided by me earlier under a capacity of Frankfurt School, and then within the capacity of founder of EUGateway also. So right guidance proper profiling, due diligence of the universities, most importantly, taking care of all the documentation is what I think sets EU Gateway apart as compared to other consultants, as compared to other companies who does the same thing, but maybe with their different scenarios. But this is what we do, we have been doing. And I'm proud of myself and my company and my team who have done this successfully over the period of last 5-6 years, helping these students not only to qualify with the right program, but also to achieve the success in their career which they were out to achieve. And this is a part of the entire system which we follow. And of course, we have some systems which we have created, and we want people to understand that too. So this is what we've been doing. That's what I just mentioned. Now, just to ask, are you also going through this? Do you have an utter willingness to transform your life, but you have no clue where to start? So when I say transform your life, no clue, I simply means the clue about this entire application to admission to visa process. Yeah. Do you want to achieve your dream career without having to figure out what to do and not to pay heavy fees throughout the process? Maybe, I'm sure you might have attended a lot of other webinars. You've been talking to a lot of other consultants, and you probably would be coming to zero cost advice, to advice which costs 100,000 of rupees or 200,000 of rupees. I'm sure you must have been all into the system, but still not decisive yet what to do. Are you tired of compromising your dreams while your friends and colleagues build their successful future abroad? Are these some of those pain points which you are going through at the moment? I will just, maybe the answer is yes, maybe no. You can type it in the chat box. This is fine with me, but then I still want to talk to you about what are those biggest problems which you probably would be facing and how you should overcome them. Yeah. First and the foremost thing, most important, is not starting early. So if you want to start your journey for higher education abroad, it's a period of minimum 1 year. That's what you need a time to prepare yourself very clearly throughout this process. At least a 1 year of time period you need to have to fulfill and to clear all those steps one by one before you can fly. So not starting early. So don't start like, the deadline is just next around the corner in 15 days, and now you decided I want to apply, and how do I do it? It's too much. Half of those applications are already gone. The only left application is what I'm going to get, and it's not going to help me through, but I still want to go. So again, a proper planning is very important. It takes minimum 9 to 12 months. Please start early. Talking and listening to various counselors. I don't blame to any counselors or any consultants, but then you as a student who is looking to take either the support of these counselors or consultants, it's good to listen to many, but it's sometimes also confusing to follow too many consultants or counselors at the same time. So have a pick, take your pick with whom you would like to work, and get the credentials right. Somebody who has already been there, done that, and guiding successfully these students over past several years are the people, are the companies where you should be looking in case you are looking for a support, in case you are looking for a guide to help you through with the process. Third most important, goal clarity. Why you want to go abroad for studies, for what reason. One is to study and then do something, that's immediate goal, but what is your life goal? What is your life career goal? Is again something which you should have. And as I said in the beginning, I will be happy to help you refine your career goal, your career settings. If you send me an email, with what you wanted to achieve, I will help you through that. So this is an important task. Why you want to go abroad in the first place? Because you're going to spend either yours hard-earned money or your parents' hard-earned money, or you take a loan from the bank eventually to repay it, but without knowing why I'm doing this in the first place. What is it which I'm going to achieve? This is very important to know. And this is what this goal setting and why you want to go abroad for studies is all about. It has to have a clarity. So if you don't have a clarity, please get down to work. Please bring this clarity in your system. Do not take application process lightly. I've already talked about it. All these exams of GRE, TOEFL, GMAT, IELTS are important depending on the universities and programs you are applying. If you want to waive these exams, then you are also waiving your chances to get admitted to these qualified good programs. And I have already shared how difficult it could become for you to get an admit into an NC program if that's what you have selected after your university due diligence. Every time asking for a scholarship, it's not a good idea. I keep on, so the other days, actually the last 2 days in a trot, I've been talking to doctors, to qualified nursing professionals, helping them do their goal clarity. Only thing they keep on asking is, how should I get a scholarship? What should I do to get a scholarship? My simple question to all of you and to them also was, who are the people who get scholarship? Who are those people who get the scholarship? Now let's hear it out. How many of you here today are looking for a scholarship? Just type it yes or no. Maybe just type scholarship or no scholarship in the chat box. Let's see how many of you today here present looking for scholarships. Let's see if you have a clarity that, okay, if scholarships are really important, if I don't get a scholarship, I will not progress ahead. And scholarship is going to make my decision of higher studies abroad. Let's see if you have that clarity or not. Are you really dependent on a scholarship? Okay, so let's see if your answer is that yes, I am looking only for a scholarship to progress my studies. So my next question to you would be, who are the right candidates who should get scholarship? What, according to you, should be the profile of a student who should get a scholarship? Or maybe I put it once again. Who are the deserving candidates for scholarship? Let's see if you have an answer to that. If you have an answer to that as well. Who are the deserving candidates for scholarship? Do you know how this gets processed, how this gets assessed? And that's my precise question to you for introspection. Scholarships are awarded for academic excellence, for professional excellence. Yes, Simran, you're right, excellent academics. Professional excellence, something which you have done extraordinary in your life, which you are presenting, which you're bringing to the university, for which universities say, if this student comes to my program, my universities would shine, my program would shine. And this would really help in ranking up the university if this student comes in. Those are the people who deserve the scholarship, who actually gets the scholarship. So please understand, please introspect. Are you the candidate for scholarship? Somebody says, I have 55% and they come asking that I should get a scholarship, otherwise I will not go. Come on, guys, look at your profile. Why our university from Germany will give you a scholarship of 30, 40, 50% just to have you into the program? Why they would do that? It's a public university, it's a public funds, it's a German people tax funds which will be provided to you for a scholarship. For what reason? What is it which you bring on the table for which you should get a scholarship? So please introspect. If you have an excellence in academic and professional career, then you become an excellent candidate to demand a scholarship. And then you select that, okay, if you give me a scholarship, I come, otherwise I don't come. And I have 5 offers from different universities who are willingly accepting me as a scholar student. But other than that, you could qualify for discounts. Then these discounts are offered at private universities, not at public university. For public universities in Germany, the scholarship has already been provided in terms of asking a zero tuition fees from you. That's already a scholarship. So only thing left for you to organize is your living expenses for 1 year. So organize 10 lakhs and that's it. Don't ask for a scholarship even for these 10 lakhs because it's very difficult that you will get one. There are certain set of programs which are approved by some of those donor organizations where an international student could get fully funded if this program is listed into their scheme of things from the university. So that is a hard work of how to find that is the work which our students should do if they are even looking for scholarship for their living expenses. Other than that, please assess clearly, please introspect. Do you even need a scholarship? If you don't need it, then don't make this small amount of 10 lakhs a hindrance in advancing your career and advancing your studies to Germany. I have experiences with a lot of students because they think that if I come to Germany, I should only study for free. If I have to pay a fees, why should I come to Germany? If they ask me fees, I will go to Germany, I will go to UK, Ireland, Australia if I have to pay a fee. What kind of argument is this? Doesn't make any sense. The quality is set, German quality is set, regardless of public or private universities. Private university students also get hired by the companies. Private university students have made the careers, have made successful studies, even after paying the fees. So where is the distinction? It's just that a system in Germany says that public universities does not charge the tuition fees, means that I should not be charged. If you charge me, I don't come, I will go and I will pay to UK and Ireland or to Canada or to US, but I will not come to Germany and pay. This is a ridiculous argument, and I always tell my students, don't make this small amount of money come in your decision of advancing your studies in Germany, because Germany offers excellent opportunities, not only in academics, but also in career. Okay, now relying on part-time jobs to manage the end needs. I think first year is clear. You have your block account taken, but make sure that you have some additional cost cover. Part-time jobs are good to have. You can have it, but do not entirely depend on them for your finances. Also, people who have a German language proficiency or German language at least to B1 level have a higher chance of breaking into these part-time jobs. Not everybody will get it. Lastly, academic consistency. I think I've already talked about it, so I don't have to touch this again. But then these are some of those points where probably you would have now a bulb on moment. Yes, this is something which I was relying on. This is something which I was doing wrong. This is something which I totally missed out during my entire process, what I have done so far. And now I should pay more attention to these topics. Please do so. Please do so. If this has been a bulb on moment, please do so, because this is really, really important for you to understand. Okay. As I said, I'm committed here to teach each and everyone who are attending this masterclass to enter your dream university, which will be helpful for you not only, but also to help open doors for wisdoms and friends and family in future. And now my question is, are you ready to understand? Because I am now going to reveal my light program for all of you, which you can be a part of. This is what it is, EUGateway Light program. So we have kind of, redesigned our approach to consulting to help you qualified student understand, because 70% or maybe 80% of the process you do understand, but you still need a support of that 20%. And for that 20% of those support is what this light program is being made for, so that you can achieve your success, you can achieve your dream of coming to the right university in Germany. What is this light program? What do you get? Profiling, that's something which is very important before you even start your journey. Why, in what way, in what capacity, what university, what eligibility, all those topics are covered within this profiling. Yeah, selected universities review. So probably you have already selected the university, but you have not done it the right way. Yeah, the university due diligence guide, which I talked about, which you all will receive at the end of this session, probably you have not done it that, but keeping those thoughts in mind. So your universities also get reviewed in this light program. How do you finance your studies, education loans, everything related to arranging your finances is covered within this light program. Your entire visa guidance, visa document preparations, all those cover letters, SOPs writing, all if you have to do an interview preparation, if you go to the consulate office or your booking appointments and everything is covered within this light program. Yes, so I think there are 7 topics, but only 4 has been revealed here. There are 7 topics which I will just share with you, which is a part of this light program. After doing this light program, what do you get? You start making your career plans and filter opportunities and options for yourself. I talked about this, the career plan, the career goal setting, your profiling. This is all what you would be very strongly looking forward to once you attend this program. You would be able to analyze and receive a clear picture about your life in Germany, why life in Germany in the first place, and then how you would take it forward after you finish your study is what this program clearly guides you to. How not to spend huge money in the application process, admission and visa. So covering yourself from the cost part as well, if you take this step of doing this light program with us. And finally, you will have a good understanding of life in Germany and giving an opportunity to make a successful career abroad. This is all about career goal setting and planning and how to look forward about do's and don'ts in a different culture. You should not get like a culture shock in the first place, as soon as you arrive in Germany. So all those things is covered in this light program. So I think when and how this program is conducted, this is conducted via live and recorded sessions. I will be doing all these sessions live with you guys, and some of the recorded sessions are from my team. And this recorded sessions, this live program would be available for you via LMS throughout the year. Once you enroll, it's available for you throughout the year. As I said at the beginning, just some slides back, rather, that you need to be keeping aside at least 1 year before you start your journey and your plan for studies abroad. And that's why this live program is available for you to access for entire 1 year duration. And you can go at your own pace, do step-by-step things, and can achieve success on the topics which I have just mentioned. Okay, now who is this program for? Basically, the course is for people who are very serious and are eager to achieve their career goal. People who really want to save huge expenses on an entire process of getting into the top international universities. People who are doers, or they're just not talkers and collecting just information from everywhere. Eventually, those information becomes garbage, and then you don't know what to do with all kind of information which you have achieved. People who are ready to invest in becoming the best version of themselves in choosing their right career. People who want to take this leap in their career by having faith and confidence in our guidance. This particular program is for all those people what I have just mentioned. If you think that this is not what you are looking and this program is not for you, you have my permission to leave the session right now. It's okay. If you think that this is something which you are not looking for, you are just here to understand some things which probably you have already achieved, then this is the time for you to leave this session, and it's totally all right by me. Okay, so I think for the people, with your permission, I'm going to move forward and reveal some more details about this light program. Maybe you find it interesting, and then maybe you can take this ahead. But this is definitely for those people who have just mentioned here and who have decided to stay back. Right, what is the investment? The real value of the knowledge we share in this is priceless. 15 years. So I told you about myself and how and why I think this program is beneficial for all of you who are here and want to achieve success in life and achieve success in Germany. Okay. Because you have attended our masterclass today, we have a special bonuses awaiting for you. Let's see what these are. Okay, profile audit, general market price 10,000 rupees, but it comes within this light program. It's bonus 1. Bonus 2, goal clarity. I talked about it. Outside the session, you book it for 10,000 rupees. Is that what I do? But in this session, it comes as a bonus, as a part of this light program. Your SOP and LOR review. In certain cases, we might even help you to rewrite the entire SOP and LOR. Otherwise, we review it for you. Outside the market, it's 10,000. But within this program, this is what the price is. University review, I talked about it. We will do it for you and find those perfect universities. Scholarship and finance solutions. I talked briefly about it. I usually guide the students. You can book this individually outside at 5,000 rupees, but then within the program, it just comes to you with entire might of scholarship possibilities and what are the finance options available for you, even for your account. This is covered within this light program. How to file your entire documents, applications to UniAssist, applications to universities, applications to visas, everything is covered within this program. And the last part is your accommodation, stay, comfort, and care. Because we've been helping students this year, especially because accommodations are tough. With ongoing war in Ukraine has left a lot of people migrate to Germany and then occupy the key accommodation places. And that's why it's difficult for a lot of people to find accommodation. But we generally cover this within our system, and we'll help you, we'll support you, we'll guide you with the right accommodation option available. All these 7 topics are covered within this light program. Remember my mission at the beginning, which I said I'm going to help students. I'm going to help students with the right career programs, with the right programs and careers in Europe. This was my mission. So what I'm doing with this light program is to help those first 50 students from this masterclass. And this offer of light program is only available. It's only available in these webinars. You will not find these outside the webinar. This is not applicable. This is only at the webinar. And what I'm going to do is reveal you the price of this light program now, so that you get an understanding what does this entire light program can come for to. This is the total investment, my dear. The market value of the entire bundle is 55,000 rupees, wherein I've talked about your profile audit, goal clarity, SOP review, scholarship, university review, document filing, and your accommodation. This is what we call it, the light program. This is what it costs, 55,000 rupees outside this session. But let's see. What I'm going to reveal to you now is the price exclusively for the people who are staying stuck with this webinar, who are staying with us now, and who are action takers. The one who really think that, oh, I know everything, I only wanted to have a support in these small topics. And I was looking forward to some expert, some person, some consultant who can guide me through that. So for those people who are looking for that 20-30% of support, this program is for you guys. Because I know that you are an expert in certain areas and you already know, you've done your due diligence. But where is this finesse? Where is that expertise? And you need somebody who handhold you with that expertise to get through to your application and visa process. This program is for you guys. And here is the price. Webinar only price, available exclusively in my sessions. In these sessions only, every Saturday, at 9,999 rupees, wherein what I have just said is all going to be covered as a part of our offering to all of you who are an action taker, who have stayed till now, till the very end, to understand how this program could benefit you and help you to complete that part of missing 20-30%. Just cost 9,999 rupees exclusively, and everything what I have just said will be covered for you by me and by my team exclusively. So now what I'm going to do is, because this offer is valid and then for the next 15 minutes till this webinar comes to an end, what I'm going to do is put a link where you can right away register for this light program by making the payment of 9999. If you are an action taker, if you are looking for a support, if you're looking for these small 20-30% of the area where you are looking for missing information, please do so. The link is active. It's been posted there. The link is active. And if you are an action seeker, you can do this. All the debit cards, credit cards, options of EMIs, everything is applicable on this link. Just click on this link, and go ahead, make your first move, make your choice. Go ahead. And I would be very happy to take you through to this light program and guide you through with the step-by-step what I said is probably missing in your entire process. Okay, while you do this, I'll continue with my next slide. Let's see what I have further for you. Another reward. A first one-to-one onboarding call with me. So if you take this action right now of 9999, your first call will be with me one-to-one, and where I will take you through to this entire process, and that onboarding will be done by me for you guys. This is my promise. Probably if you have learned something from me today, from what I have spoken to you, from my journey, which I did from Germany, maybe if you think it makes sense to connect one-on-one with me and get through with this entire process, then please do so. If you are an action taker, you must do it. This is what EUGateway does. So there's an entire hand holding where we have 18-20 services as well available for all of you. And this is the platform, and that's how we take care of. Okay, a bit on the success story, but what I wanted to bring to you guys. Let's see if I can play this. So these are basically the names which you see wherever students are currently studying. For the past several years, we have got them admitted to these universities. They have either passed out or they are currently enrolled across Germany, Netherlands, Italy, US, Canada, all these places. I wanted to play a video which I see it's not playing. Just give me a second. Maybe I can just play one video for you so that you get further understanding what people talk about EUGateway when they take our process. Just give me a second. Okay, just a minute. Can you see my, just a minute. I think I need to change a screen share, and then I think you would be able to watch the video which I want to show to share with you. Okay, now, okay, perfect.
Anushka, and today I'm going to share my experience with EUGateway in this video. So I met Sumit and Inga through a really close friend, and she was quite impressed with the genuineness on consultation in terms to education overseas. So I made my first appointment where I explained to them about my areas of interest and passion for few subjects. I was indecisive about the courses of master's degree, but the expertise and experience on the subject extremely helped me to shape my decision. They assisted me in every single step and handled my documents professionally, even though they had limited options in this lockdown. What amazed me is the quality of service delivered and the quick responses whenever I had doubts on the procedures, such as the visa process process, online application, tips on how to crack interviews, and so much more. Well, I think words may fall short to express, but I owe them a great debt of gratitude. And definitely, I'm sure that choosing EUGateway was one of the best decisions that I have ever made for my career.
Yes, this was one of our student. I just wanted to bring to you guys that how it looks like.
That's lakhs. Yes, you heard it right. Lakhs is now the starting CTC for fresher CPAs.
Sorry. Okay, so that's how it looks like with the success stories and the people with us here at EUGateway. So, okay. Oh, this is a bonus slide. I should be talking, I should not be talking, I don't know. But career opportunities in Germany, but these are the top-notch places where you can find yourself a great career. IT industry is very much in demand, mechanical. Offshoot of IT is AI, ML, Internet of Things. Sustainable development is a lot which is going on in sustainable development, banking and finance. Doctors and nurses, huge demand, very highly paid people. Management, and then the hospitality. These are the major areas, apart from many others, where you can find a successful job opportunities for yourself in Germany. Okay, another block account. Okay, this is another bonus slide. How do you self-finance your? How do you finance your block account? Okay, I think this is a part of that live program. Which you would anyways get if you register. But then, okay, I give it to you because now it's on display. Self-financing is the best, or ask money from your friends, from your parents, from family and friends. This is the second best. It's just 10 lakh rupees. Sometimes banks doesn't believe in paying money for living expenses where there is no tuition fees, right? So they generally believe in transferring the funds directly to the bank account of the universities, but not to the bank account of yourself. So there's a hitch in a lot of public sector banks to finance your block account money. So best is either you take it from private universities or private lenders or NBFCs to get your funding clear, to get your finance for block account. Avance, HDFC Credit, Tata Capital, Oxilo, Infred, We Make Scholars, Gyandan. These are some of those places where you can find finances for your block account. And the living expenses, scholarships from German university or foundation, as I just talked about this in the past, that yes, you can do this. There's a great possibility, but then you have to do a proper due diligence, how to find that particular organization or donor organization who is ready to fund your living expenses in Germany. Okay, time for another bonus for you guys who are still there. And of course, what I said is the initial bonus, the guide on university due diligence. Okay, Prashant, put in your link, please, for booking a 15-minute one-on-one call. This is the bonus which you are getting. You have been a lovely audience who stayed till the back, and now it's the time for the bonus. So this is something which Prashant is booking for you, is putting in the link for you guys. Please do that. You can go right away, book this call, and you will have exclusive 15 minutes one-on-one with our counselor to help you understand your profile better, help you understand your nitty-gritties where you find yourself stuck. And you can ask anything on those lines in this call. It's just free of cost. The another one is the guide, which I will just post you, which I have promised as well. University due diligence guide. Okay, there you go. Here you go. I fulfilled both the promises to all the people who have stayed till the very end. I've given you my university due diligence guide, which is so important for you to decide on the programs. And I have also provided you the link for a 15 minutes direct one-on-one call with my team so that you can get any of your questions or queries answered right away. Please take an advantage of this session, of this learning till it lasts. Okay, next is question and answers. Okay, cool. Now it's time for your Q&A. Let's see what we have all put in your Q&A section. While I hope you are still paying attention to that link where you can book this light program with us. And let's see if you want to take an advantage of that. Okay. I see most of the questions already been answered by my team. So looks absolutely all right, I guess. Most of these things have been covered. Looks like excellent. Now please start putting more questions if you have any questions which you would like me to answer. Please start putting it into the chat box or into the Q&A, any of this session. Happy to answer those questions in those last couple of minutes which we have left now for the session. Any questions, guys? Anything which you would like to know, which you want me to address, which has not yet been addressed into this entire session? If you have any questions, guys, please post your questions here. If not, then I have to say thank you so much. You've been a great audience. You've been a lovely audience so far. Okay, there's a question from Asid. Sir, can we get a job in India better than in Germany after completing masters in Germany? Asid, you have to compare the purchasing power parity. The living standards in India and Germany are totally different. So for that particular living standard, you pay something in Germany, and for that particular standard, you pay something else in Germany. Then accordingly, your salaries would be decided. The master's program is a qualified degree and worldwide accepted. So for sure, you will get a job in India after doing the master's, but do not expect the same salary bracket, which you probably would get in Germany, comparing it with India. Because of course, the purchasing power parity kicks in. For the same job, probably you would get 50,000 euros in Germany, but for the same job, you probably would start with 20 or 25,000 euros in India. That's the comparison you have to keep in mind. But job, for sure, you will get in India. Maybe what I could do is permit all of you to unmute yourself and ask questions if you would like to do that. I'm allowing all of you to talk in case that helps you to quickly get your answers in place of writing them. Okay, super. Any more questions? Okay, Simran. Masters in astrophysics. Okay, BSc in physics, masters in physics, material science. The only constraint is money, which is why I'm aiming for Germany. It is a good for physics besides being reasonable price. I have an average GPA and I'm currently interning with IIT Indore. What are my chances to getting through? Also, do I have to? So Simran, a couple of things. I think profile looks good. I just need to know your GPA. If you let me know your GPA, that would be helpful. And then I can possibly further assess your chance to get into a good public university in Germany. You're doing an internship with the IIT Indore is perfect. And depending on the university shortlisting, the GRE requirement might kick in. So that is something which you need to be aware of. But I need to know your GPA, and then I would be able to guide you through. So, okay, 4.5. Okay, masters and okay. Okay. So, Simran, with yes, so for doing a master, so basically your master's and bachelor's grades are average, public university make basis of bachelor studies to allow you to study masters. Some universities might not allow you to do a second master's because they say you take and other deserving student seats, so they are like little hesitant to allow you. If it's a restricted program, non-restricted, then it's possible. So all those all those combinations needs to be checked in order to get you a public university in Germany. But then please correct me if I'm wrong here. You have close to 65% or 64% in your bachelor's. Right. Yeah. So that's that's where it becomes a little tight to get into public university in Germany. If budget is your concern, Simran, please connect with us outside this webinar, and we'll help you find a better option, which is possibly Italy, because in Italy you could study totally free, along with stipend and scholarship at a top public university, and you can also do your astrophysics masters. And there is no problem to do a second master's at a good public university in Italy, which provides total funding. Connect with us. My team, Prashant will note down, and my team will also connect with you over another call. Maybe it's a good idea, Simran, for you to book a call on that link which Prashant has just shared, so that we help you further on the topics and help you through with what is the best possibilities. With 64% in bachelor's, German public university is not possible. Connect with us for Italy. Process will help you through. Okay, Asid 9.12 in BTech Electrical Electronics Engineering 3rd year. So sir, which public university? Okay, finish your degree, Asid. A lot of public universities, including TU9, is available for you. It's quite possible. You can go for it. Veena, can I get a public universities with CGPA 8? Yes, you have a good possibility, Veena, to get a public university with the CGPA of 8.14. Definitely, yes. I will advise Veena to book a call. Use that link, book a call with our counselor. He will help you further to understand what are the best possible chances and which universities you can go for. Please do that. Take an advantage till it lasts, because this call is just free of cost and you can do this. Okay, perfect. I think I crossed my limit of 90 minutes to 120 minutes. You've been a fantastic audience, and lovely to have you all with us on this Saturday afternoon. I think it's time for a lunch. It's time for a fantastic weather. Pune is experiencing good rain. There's a great weather to go out now and to enjoy time with your friends and family. And that's what I think I'm going to leave you guys with. Looking forward to see you in one of my light programs. My team would be in contact for all those who have booked the light program. Today itself, who are still thinking to book this program with us, would be highly appreciated. But please take an advantage of booking this light program, because this will take you and guide you right through to the entire process of coming to Germany. Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Saturday. Have a wonderful weekend, and God bless you all.